Today is May 29th, and it's episode number 750 of Talkin Yanks. They split a 2+2 game series with the Rays. Let's talk all about it.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy, Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy, and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. On the other side of my screen is Jake, and in the corner is producer BBD, stands for Bug Dude. Yankees played 4 games down in Tampa. They split the series, but it's a little disappointing because they split it the bad way. They won the first 2. They lose the next 2, and there's a lot of good and there's a lot of bad that comes from it, and we're going to talk all about it. Jakey boy, how you doing?
James, Big Baby David, the beautiful people of the Cape. I just bombed it back from Cape Cod. Had a bachelor party for my friend Kyle, Jimmy's Big Evan there. Some good people. Everyone was tall. We had 5 guys who were 6'4" and taller, and I was just the little mouse roaming around them. But we had a good time. We played some golf. We went to the Beachcomber one night, which is a popular. I didn't realize it's like a whole thing up there, but had a good time. Watched my Yanks throughout. Excited to see what we'll stumble into. You're right. If you could draw it up, winning the final 2 games, you kind of got some juice. The balloon gets popped a little bit after those first 2 games, and yeah, I mean, there's some questions. Matt Carpenter's a Yankee. That was like the last office gossip that happened right before this series. So a lot of moving parts. I don't know, Jim. I don't know if we need to do a full pulse check, but, and again, maybe I should be like, I'm kind of in a good place. I mean, again, I had an active weekend where I was doing a lot of other stuff. Happy Memorial Day to everyone. But the Yankees going to Tampa and fighting this series with one arm behind their back, with some stuff that's going on with their roster, lineup, and bullpen. I guess it doesn't sting. It's just like we survived, and hopefully we look back at some of these box scores in 4 months and are like, oh my God, what was happening?
Yeah, as far as state of the Yankees, they have a stretch coming up. I believe that's a bunch of good, like they're going to play good teams. This was part of it. So if they won, it would have felt really, really good if they just won this 4th game to get the 3rd win. You want your pitching. You want to feel better about your pitching than your hitting, which I do. So I'm not totally down, especially when Stanton and Donaldson are not playing and DJ didn't play 2 of the 4 or he didn't play 1 of the 4. I think he played the last 2. And he put some good wood balls in those last 2 games. There's some positives actually offensively, but there's a lot of negatives, and there's a lot of action items where now that it's Memorial Day and it feels like summer's here, and if baseball is a 3-act play, I think we're kind of in act 2 now at the end of April and May. Once you get into June, that's when you see those early trades, which I've been talking about. You see the Edwin trade. You see some of these, the Wandy trade. You see some of like the early holes get moved on or get filled. And unfortunately, and we're going to talk about them, those holes for the Yankees are big moves where you have to really make a hard decision. Tauchman for Wandy, not a hard decision. Juan Fen for Edwin, not a hard decision. Like, sure, the ones the Yankees are facing are kind of tough, and there's like 3 weeks on the clock to decide and do something. And they already started today, or they already started this series. So I kind of am happy. I'm happy that they won 2. I'm happy the starting pitching looks good. I'm happy that there's some bright spots and there's some built-in excuses on like the injuries. And then like they batted Gallo 9th and they played Andujar in left field every game. Push is coming to shove. There's something's going to happen soon with Hicks and Gallo because they already started treating them like bad players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was looking for quotes on Gallo in 9th to see if they were even playing like a flip the lineup over card or anything like that. And I mean, BBD looked and there wasn't anything like that. So, yeah, man, I mean, they are glaring things. And you're right. I guess that's the only thing where I get a little more nervous than excited is, I mean, people would have to eat some serious crow. And maybe they're willing to do that. I mean, look at Sonny Gray. Like that would be the example of that. They ended up moving on from him after it seemed like it wasn't working. So there's
when they so just a parallel, and this was like an award, but we're on it. When they moved Sonny Gray out of the rotation to the bullpen, that was the first notch of like, oh, they're kind of admitting this isn't going to work. Batting Gallo 9th is of a similar ilk.
Yeah.
And Matt Carpenter, the lefty, above him in the 5-hole. Like that is telling. So,
yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I guess my concerns would be they just brought in Matt Carpenter, who, if you have no idea in Yankee land, guy was a great Cardinal, put up some massive seasons. And then he's kind of been he was out of the league. He was searching for a gig. He was doing really well in AAA. He had a mutually agreed, like if he wasn't on an MLB team, he could go. He goes. The Yankees bring him in. So I think the decisions the Yankees would have to make on Gallo and Hicks, I still think they would drag those out for a little bit and look for more stopgappy solutions like Matt Carpenter before making the ultimate move. But I don't know. That's what we're going to find out. So,
yeah, Cashman said that they were in on Carpenter before Donaldson and before DJ got hurt, that they liked him as a lefty bench piece and been tracking him. I mean, tough break for Dietrich there. Dietrich is your lefty guy who was at AA, at AAA, hitting well. And I mean, not really a tough break. The Carpenter was hitting better than him and available. But for Dietrich, you're like, oh, you're dipping into the minors to replenish. Like, that's supposed to be me. It's like, fuck.
The whole
should be in another system.
Whole Yankees AAA. It's Greg Bird. It's Dietrich. We did this, I think, our Yes app thing. We did a whole thing on that. So, yeah, that's tough. I do think Carpenter has a potential ceiling and a lefty and a porch. We always get excited. And yeah, I'll say this, like Matt Carpenter, I'm excited to see where the ride lands. But he does have a potential to, and I don't throw this out there lightly, Jim, Neil Walker type potential, a veteran that can do some things for you, give you some pro at bats, and depending how the rest of this year plays out, he could definitely have a role on this team.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the kind of the beauty of the move. They could also be like, it was just for Tampa and he's out, and and then we'd be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really not a lot of risk at all. And he homered, so.
And he homered.
And he almost hit a foul homer. And DJ hates playing first, so maybe it's more so like, let's get another backup first baseman because DJ hates it over there.
He hates first.
I mean, one more bad pickoff move between DJ and Cole, and DJ's like burning his first baseman's glove in front of Booney's face.
I don't play first base.
Yeah. I hate it.
You know what DJ LeMahieu likes?
Silence
and Shady Rays sunglasses. It's a rumor.
Just a rumor.
It's a rumor I'm spreading because I like Shady Rays sunglasses. I'm like a sunglasses everyday guy now. And I wasn't always that way. Shady Rays hooked it up, and they've been hooking you guys up. And by the way, this is no joke. We pull back the curtains here. I'm usually joking. I can't admit that. But they loved how much feedback and reaction they were getting from you guys because they gave a real deal. It's code Yanks at shadyrays.com. 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades. So it's no joke. I mean, 50% off if you get 2 glasses or more. And if you lose or break your pair, even on day 1, they send you a brand new pair. So if you find 2 sunglasses, 3, 4 you like, that's like forever. That's like it. So go to shadyrays.com. Use code YANKS. 50% off 2+ pairs of premium polarized shades.
My wife saw me in mine and said she didn't recognize me because I looked so cool. True story.
Whoops.
And I got it. I fully understood.
Swear?
Yeah, I did look cool.
You looked good at the bar the other day.
It was odd. Well, I got a fresh beard dye job.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good that you didn't notice beforehand because I thought we did it too dark.
I don't notice a lot. At first, when BBD uploaded the screen, I was on the left side, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm on the other side, right? But I wasn't positive.
Well, not even you, but even my sisters and my brothers, no one pointed it out. Like, oh, dyed your beard.
Yeah. No, you look great.
Because we went a little too dark with it. Anyway, let's get into the burns. We got burn of game 1.
Yes.
Which had some action.
A little less conversation, a little more action, babe.
Let's do it, Jakey. Burn. Jakey burn.
It's time to get nasty. Nestor Cortes Jr. and the Yanks explore the Trop for the first time this year. Bump, bump, bump. I'm thinking Yarbies for the Rays. Only zeros. Not talking about the bachelor party I was just at. But through 5, the judge orders the first run of the game on an RBI single. It's 1-0 Pinstripes. Get to the chopper now. Nice play by Walls to field it, but he misses his throwing window. It's 3-0 Yanks. Jim, make it 7. Yanks push 4 more across, capped off by nobody beats the Riz RBI double. Meanwhile, Nestor's going for the complete game shut piece. He doesn't get there, but 8 innings, 1 earned in the last inning. Like a bad gambler, Wandy doesn't cover, but who cares? Yanks win 7-2 final.
Good job by you.
Okay.
Good job by Nestor. Bad job by Ralph Garza, pitching in the wrong generation. Not good by him. Our dude, Ryan Yarby, lulled me to sleep. This was, I was very tired this game. I think you and I discussed it. I didn't do a post-game recap video because I was telling Joe's, I was like in and out of sleep, like doing that head nod, trying to watch. I remember the 9th inning and most of the running. And I was like, man, such a good outing by Nestor that I should have a lot of mojo in this post-game recap and a lot of like hyped up energy about it because it was awesome. But I was half asleep and I was like, I knew people are going to be like, bro, you're not more excited, Nestor? And I was like, I'm so tired. So this is a little bit of a daze for me, but it's nice to look back at the the box score, because Nestor was awesome.
Did you ever think about maybe covering your face in water for the post-game recap?
It's an old trick. Might do it later on. Bottom of the order. I mean, pretty hilarious that Carpenter gets a homer. Was that this game?
Next game.
Oh, but Carpenter got a hit.
Carpenter.
No. He scored 2 runs.
Walk and hit by a pitch.
Yeah, walk, hit by pitch, scored 2 runs. Marwin gets a hit. Trevi gets a hit.
Yeah, Marwin had the first hit. Carpenter got hit by pitch. Yarby had a no-hitter going. That's where I was kind of reliving these 4 games, which is always tougher to remember that 4th game. And it's the Rays, and it's the Trop, and it's Memorial Day. They were getting no hit in this game through 5 by Yarby. That's what was happening. Him and Nestor were both nails. It was like gross. And you're right, dude. We were exhausted. We ran too hard this week. And like I was kind of in and out of it for a little bit. And it was like, okay, these dudes were like, I think they were 1 hit combined through 5 innings or something along those lines. That it was like, this is like pitching brilliance. Yanks pop it open late. Yarby, kind of a classic. the hit by pitch happens and you've watched enough baseball to kind of know, like, well, he's either going to lock in and get the next 10 guys out, and that's going to be the story, or he's about to give it up. He gives it up, and, I know we've been getting caught up on it a lot. Miguel Andujar, who's going to be a hot topic in Yankees land for the next little while, that he puts a ball in play hard, Walls makes the nice snag, but it was so nice. It was tough. He couldn't get his feet to recover. He still kind of makes a throw, but the first baseman, Ramirez, can't pick it. That leads to 2 runs. And I mean, the way Nestor's been pitching this year in this game, it kind of seemed over from there. Ralph Garza, wrong era, it sounds like you're saying.
That's 1960s Ralph Garza just pitching in the wrong era. It's not his fault. He's just born at the wrong time. Judge with a steal. I like that. And then you push Nestor for the 9th inning. And this is a little different situation. Like if people are looking at it and saying, we keep complaining about just give a clean inning to the bullpen. If Nestor has it in the tank to go for the complete game, you with a 7-0 lead, you put Nestor out there and you say, you get 3 batters. And then as soon as he gives up the single, you bring in Wandy. Like I have no complaints here because a complete game's on the line, so it's a different situation.
Yeah, and I mean, complete game shutout, the Rays, Nestor, all of it when it's in the pot. I normally end up on the side of let the starter twirl it because I just love starting pitching and believing in a guy keeping it going. But yeah, you kind of had to do it. I mean, once Nestor gives up that hit and you're at 109 pitches, it's like, all right, use Wandy. That's kind of what we've been saying.
109 pitches. You don't do it. You give him. You say once the guy's on, you're out, and because you're at 100, you're at a lot of pitches.
Well, and it's kind of, we've talked about it before at low leverage and high leverage pitches. If Nestor's from the windup twirling it and just doing his thing, maybe he could throw 118 or something like that. But once you let that runner on and now you're in the stretch and you're looking at the runner, that kind of changed the whole complexion. So, Yanks win, and it was kind of like, all right, our first trip to Tampa, 7-2. Matt Carpenter's on the team. Great.
Yeah, and Gallo's last straw in the middle of the lineup, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and then going to next game, which you're about to burn.
Yeah.
Gallo gets dropped down to 7th with Andujar and Carpenter ahead of him, which for me, obviously I agree with like this. I agree with it. But for the Yankees to do that, and then it gets worse even in the next game, I think that's, for me, a little bit the story of the weekend internally. But let's burn game 2.
Why don't we grab a little Jameson and enjoy the final days of Springs with Tyone and Jeffrey on the respective bump. Scoreless through 3. The Venezuelan victor, gracias de Caracas, as Torres hits a big boy homer, 438. And then the Carpenter hammers one. New friend Matt Carpenter homers to make it 2-0 Yanks. And guess what? Speaking of hammer, Tyone was nails. 8-inning shut piece to the robot horse Clay Holmes in the 9th. Yanks shut out the Rays and take game 2, 2-0 final.
Damn, man. I mean, this one, going to be more on Tyone later. Obviously, a phenomenal start by him. Some timely hitting by the Yankees. Or is it even timely, or is it just Gleyber hit a homer?
It was the 4th inning.
Homer.
They each hit solo homers, and that's it this game. And I mean, Jakey's box score stat where I told you, doubles, home runs, RBIs, when that starts getting busy, that means you had a good game. Margot had 1 double. I think it was a leadoff double. Tyone gets out of that. An awesome start for him. 2 hits in 8 innings.
How do you feel about not having Tyone pitch the 9th in a 2-0 game against the Rays with Clay Holmes ready? I also don't mind the decision here in a close one to just, Because that the opposite is the case. If it's like, all right, well, if Tyone gets one on, are you going to go to Holmes? Because then you're giving him a rougher inning, blah, blah, blah. I liked it.
One runner gets on, you have to go to Holmes. So at that point, you say, my closer's ready to go. Tyone shoved, run it with the robot horse whose ERA drops in this game to 0.36. What Clay Holmes is doing is very special. So, yeah, good for Carpenter to get a homer, get it on the board. That's, something you don't want to look back in a few weeks and be like, well, he hasn't homered yet. Does Matt Carpenter still have power? So he gets one. Yanks 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Rays 0 for 3. Because, man, J-Mo, dude, he's I love J-Mo, man. He sends my brain in circles.
Me too. I on my post-game recap, I said that, and this, I don't know, this is a little fucking junk science-y of me.
Okay, now we're talking.
But I think his biggest weapon is conviction. Like, he just throws everything and throws it with intent, downhill, in the zone. And I think, well, especially game 4, you see Marinaccio dancing around, not having any conviction or content with his pitches at all. I think it does help. It's a Lance Lynn effect. It's Bartolo Colon effect. Just like, but he's got better stuff, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think he'll be coming up later in the show, but he's puts my brain in a pretzel as well, and I love it.
Yeah, and I think, tying into that, if you look his baseball savant and you try to get nerdy, there's some thing. His fastball spin is good. He's getting some chase rate and things like that. The one thing in his career that back in 2016 he was elite at that he's doing this year is walk percentage. He's top 3% in the league. He's not walking guys, which just ties into everything you're saying. He's coming in the zone. He's attacking, which, man, it's working, and an incredible outing.
Against Tampa, man. Like, that's pretty big. And they're beat up. They have a lot of guys on the IL, but it's all starters and relievers. This is their lineup besides Belau.
Right.
That's the only guy on the IL on the offensive side. So we get the little built-in excuse, well, yeah, you shut us down, but we have fucking, we don't have Donaldson and we don't have Stan. We didn't have DJ for 2 games and blah, blah, blah. They don't really have that. They didn't have Belau. Other than that, that's their guys.
Yeah.
So to see Nestor and Tyone shut him down was big for me.
The Rays is always a weird one because their lineup never looks that scary. Brandon Lau is a huge part of it when he is healthy. He deserves some respect.
Helps their defense a lot too.
Yeah, no, I mean they're running, especially a lot of young guys out there. Walls and Brujan, these guys that are prospects figuring it out. And yeah, man, I mean it's funny now knowing where we end up, but Nestor gives you that and Tyone gives you that, and it's our first time seeing the Rays, and it's like, shit's gonna be different while we're fighting with an arm behind our back, and then the series takes a slight turn, Jim.
It does. So let's get into that and burn game 3.
We've got a Yankees ace with a couple Cy Young trophies. The Klubot, former friend Corey Kluber for the Rays versus former Pirates farmhand Garrett Cole for New York. Top 1, Anthony Rizzo, my friend. He sacrifices himself for the team. It's 1-0 Yanks. It stay that way through 5. Good effort from Cole, but hey, Rosarena, ow. Randy dances through with an RBI single. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 10 Ks, but that was not enough as the Yandy man can, and the Rays go home with the win after RBIs from each of them. Yankees lose 3-1 final.
Quick burn.
It's a quick burn. It's 3-1 loss.
A quick burn, man.
Yankees were 1 for 1 with runners in scoring position.
That's huge. That's all you can ask for.
1,000%.
Good job by them there.
Yeah.
I have a complaint about this game, but it is in retro. It's backseat complaining,
Okay.
but also it's also front seat complaining.
Okay.
Why is Litke out before King? And I have the very same complaint in game 4 coming up as well.
Right.
I have like spun a narrative, a fan fiction about some of these moves in my head because I don't understand them. I don't think my fan fiction is correct. I think I just don't understand them.
Okay.
But yeah, why? I know Kiermaier's a lefty, but it's Kiermaier or whatever.
I think they're playing the lane game. I think they thought Licky had a better chance to get through there. Kiermaier, Mejia, they pinch it for Phillips. They play their card in Ramirez. So yeah, I think they were trying to play the lanes, which we haven't
tie
seen.
Game.
We haven't seen too much of this year. I know, and I'm not saying I think I'd like Mike King coming out of that bullpen before Litke in that situation, but yeah. I mean, they got bleeded to death. There was a couple bloops and bleeps that put this together.
The Mejia double, and then then it was a fielder's choice in. And then even the single that Yandy hit, right?
Yeah.
It was all infield singles. King pitched well. The box score doesn't reflect the contact that he enabled or whatever you want to say.
I mean, even the one Cole gave up, Rosarena, like end of the bat, just bloops in over short. So
yeah.
I mean, again, the Yankees playing with half of a lineup in this game, if that's what we're calling it. You only scored 1 run, and your pitching gave a really good effort that on this day, the baseball gods kind of, I don't want to say they gave the Rays 3 runs. You give yourself at bats and swing the stick to give yourself an opportunity for a blue hit and a broken bat hit. But yeah, I mean, the Yankees pitching was pretty damn good in this again, but the offense was not there.
I was after watching Tyone and Nestor, which I understand they were special outings.
Sure.
I get that. But then looking at Cole's pitch count, I mean, like, oh, what? You're at that many pitches and it's only the 5th inning or 6th inning, It's like I'm over strikeouts.
Okay.
Cole only allowed 10 balls in play. Nestor allowed 29.
Right.
Go deeper into games.
There's an argument there. I still like some strikeouts.
I like the ability to do them.
Right.
And then the ability to pitch to contact earlier in a game so you can last longer. But you got to be fucking really, really good to do that. Well, Cole is really good. But Cole is really good. I don't know. Right. Whatever. It's a good start out of Cole. It's just his pitch count gets so high, man. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. For this game, I mean, another 1/8 of an inch off the end of the bat, and that's in Kiner's glove, and it's 6 shut piece. So I don't know. I mean, we're getting spoiled by the starting pitching, and it's a great thing to get spoiled by.
Big time spoiled.
Big time spoiled. And Yanks, old friend Kluber, and then Fireheisen's nasty this year. Adam Poche, yeah.
Poche. What else about this game? Any other decisions?
Let's see. This lineup, this was Gallo 9.
Yep.
Hicks pinch hits for Trevino.
Oh, that's another that goes in my fan fiction.
Okay.
Like that is a move that no one believes in at all. But the Yankees have to justify having Hicks around. And if you don't pinch hit him for the catcher there, but hey, even that move, pitch hitting for the catcher with 2 outs and a runner's not on scoring position, even that's you're forcing a pinch hit appearance, unless you have like a bona fide starter that's getting rest that day.
Right.
But they're just trying to treat Hicks that way. Like no one believes in that move. And then he strikes out 3 times, 3 swings in a row or something like that. Swinging for the fences. I think they asked Boone about it, and he was like, even hoping for a walk there. And it's like, Trevy's the hottest hitter in the last 7 games. I know you don't play your moves off the last 7, but no one believes in that move. You're just doing that to appease some sense of hope.
For that one at bat, a pinch hit, middle of the game, and how they've been performing, I think the consensus is Trevino.
I think the way things are going right now, I would take your chances on Trevino finding a way on, and if that happens, maybe pinch run him, but Hicks' running has been in a weird spot too, so that would be easier to logic yourself into at this point.
4 hits for the Yanks.
Womp, womp, womp. All right, well, they'll turn it around in game 4 and win the series.
Held the Rays to 2 hits today.
They did.
They did.
Let's hear more about it.
You know Papi Gordo loves himself a Sevy Sunday. Luis Severino versus that good left-handed lad from the Rays, Shane McClanahan. Is it Gleyber Day or Memorial Day? I'm a little confused. Torres hits the solo dong. It's 1-0 Yanks. But gee, man, Choi homers, and so does Walls. 2-1 Rays after 5. Those 2 hits would be the only hit Sevy gave up. 6.14 earned after a messy walk-in hit by pitch from the Marinaccio show. Leads to 2 runs. Judgy continues to add to his future contract with the home run, but it's not enough to pay for a win. Yankees lose 4-2 and split the series 2 games apiece.
So they don't hit in the offense. Well, they got hits, but they didn't get hits with runners in scoring position, blah, blah, blah. Going to Marinaccio. The Hicks pinch hit. Going to Litke. It's all part of my fan fiction where they're just saying, let's not show the Rays our best stuff. We got more games against them. If we can hide Clark Schmidt and unveil him later on, that would be great. If we can get some guys hot or get some guys like Looks and just like dip their toe in the water, dip Ronnie's toe in the water versus the Rays, that'd be great. Now, I don't believe in my own fan fiction.
Sure.
I think it's a farce and they were just bad moves made at a bad time. But I'm trying to understand, because when Clark ran out after Marinaccio, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wrong order.
Twice now.
You guys blew this.
And I mean, to add to your fan fiction a little bit, have we heard anything about Miguel Castro? Because he doesn't pitch this series.
Hiding him.
So, yeah, I don't know if that adds to your fan fiction. I mean, Miguel Castro, he last threw 6 pitches on Wednesday, and he didn't pitch a couple days before that. So, I don't know. We're Clay Holmes still getting used. Mike King, they're trying to get him to settle into a new role. So, yeah, it's tough to explain Miguel Castro not getting involved without some fan fiction. But, yeah, I'll say this. If you're at home or you're at work or whatever you're doing, happy Memorial Day. Bring up the Yankees' current Fangraphs roster and look at that bullpen, and it's a sight to see.
I'll read it for you.
Okay.
Clay Holmes,
Yep.
Michael King,
Okay.
Miguel Castro.
Sure.
Has thrown 13 pitches in the last 8 days.
Okay.
Wandy Peralta.
All right.
Ron Marinaccio.
Oh,
Lucas Litke.
sure.
David McQuay.
Mustache McKay. Yeah.
Manny Benuelos.
Mhm.
Walos. And Clark Schmidt.
So, yeah, I mean, currently 1, 2, 3, 4.5 guys we weren't really sure were going to be part of the bullpen this year.
But hopefully they get Loizaga back. Chapman comes back. And little Zachy B.
Yeah.
September. How about that?
Keep on keeping on, Zach Britton.
And Ridings, a figment of our imagination.
Yes. Exists. maybe.
Someone tweeted at Max, who does Sports Illustrated, covers them for the Yankees.
Right.
Like, hey, what's the update on Ridings, though? And his response was like, oh, we haven't heard about him in a while.
Yeah.
I should ask.
Not sure.
Because he was a fairy tale.
What was that?
I don't know. Beavers, I don't know if you can do this mid-show, but if you can refresh the feed or something again, I'm like 30 seconds delay on Jake's drinking water right now in front of my or tea.
There's no tea here.
What are you
Just
drinking?
High tea. I've got 3 drinks. It's a post-bachelor party up, people. Let's be honest. I've got a Celsius to go up. I've got a kombucha for my insides and a little water just when I need something a little cleaner than those.
Those kombucha is what I saw.
It was kombucha. Should we start getting into some awards and stuff, or what else do we need
Yeah, let's
here?
start getting into some awards and stuff.
Gleyber and Judge homered. Only 2 hits the Rays hit are solo home runs, which just hilarious. Kind of got raised. Jim, a drink I don't have now, but I will have tomorrow. Trade coffee. We have Trade coffee in our office. Little inside information, we love peeling back the curtains. I'm not always joking. We drink coffee in this office. We drink coffee, and Trade Coffee has been hooking it up. They kind of know what's up. They put you through a test. What do you like? What do you think you like? And they start sending you bags. 450 different kinds live and ready to ship every day. There's no one perfect coffee, but there's a perfect coffee for you. And it's Trade's human-powered algorithm. They will find it. If you're a coffee drinker, if you know someone who's a coffee drinker, if you like the smell of coffee, if you've ever coughed, go check out Trade Coffee right now. They are offering new subscribers a total of $30 off your first order plus free shipping when you go to drinktrade.com/Yanks. That's more than 40 cups of coffee free. Get started by taking their quiz at drinktrade.com/Yanks and let Trade find you a coffee you'll love. That's drinktrade.com/Yanks for $30 off. Father's Day coming up. Your pops
I
drink
drank
some coffee
next to my dad today.
Both?
No, just my dad.
Because your new dad is a big coffee guy. He's a coffee nut.
Yeah, my father-in-law, he is.
I know all of his shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I play for keeps
In the coffee world.
in the coffee world. Thanks, Trade.
Thanks, Trade. The first award that we give out on the series recap episode, I don't know how you guys could continue to forget.
Yeah.
It's been
Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
Pride of the Yankees, episode 750.
Pay attention, people.
Pay attention and remember one time for us. I spoiled this a lot already. Jameson Tyone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of Jameson Tyone. I had the stats up when we were talking about it earlier. Super impressive. I have another fan fiction for you guys.
Oh, okay. Big fan fiction day then.
It's the first game in a long time where his changeup was his second most used pitch. And It's never been his second most used pitch all season.
Yeah.
He threw it 18% of the time. The fastball went up. The changeup went up. The slider went down. The cutter went down. Now, he used all the pitches, but the sinker went up. So he was pretty much fastball changeup heavy. He only threw a couple cutters, a couple curveballs. I believe 5 curveballs, 8 cutters. I think the Yanks have been trapping the Rays. I think they had a little bit of fake scouting report offers, and they changed their pitch mix a little. I also was super impressed with his pitch mix first pitch. He threw 5 different pitches first pitch of the at bat. So that's what I like. He was attacking them with everything. I don't know. We talked a lot about it. I'll keep it brief, but it was a very impressive outing from Jameson Taillon.
He's a couple things going on. I'll stream of consciousness for everyone. Jameson Taillon, we met him as a Pittsburgh Pirate. He's always been nice to us. He's done some Yankee stuff with him. We like him. He comes over. We see him be not so great to start. What's that about? He starts being really good. It's like, okay, are we buying in? Are we buying in? He comes up this year. He's dropping it, and we kind of talked like, what is JMO? Nestor does the party tricks. Cole's supposed to be the ace. Blah, blah, blah. We're so familiar with Monty at this point of our lives. JMO, he's got a special fun feeling, man. I mean, he's now putting together his second year of really good work for the Yankees. And by the way, I know some of you don't care. This is his free agent year, coming off all the injuries and everything. Kevin Gausman, reminder when he, he's now on the Blue Jays. We've seen him this year. Kevin Gausman, higher career ERA, lifetime, was number 4 pick. JMO was a 2 pick. Last year, Kevin Gausman had a monster year, 2.81 ERA, a 1.48 ERA plus. He got over $100 million this offseason. So Jameson Taillon, if he keeps this up, I mean, that's a dude. That's insane. So I'm happy for him off the field. I'm even more happy for him on the field because he's nasty, and he's, this team wants to do special stuff, and you think about guys from past years on the teams you like. Jameson Taillon's carving out a nice little piece of the heart right now.
Yep. My newfound love of balls in play or quick at bats. 14 of the batters he faced. I don't know how many, I can find it, how many faced on the game, but 14 of them, he faced 25 batters, 14 of them. The at bat ended before a 4th pitch was thrown. That's how you pitch deep. And that's impressive, to be strong in the zone. And then they make contact, but can't hit it hard. It's a little Sevy and Cole have the opposite going on. We're like, when they get hit, it's usually solo homer.
Right.
So they really scared of barrels. Nestor and JMO love barrels. Because they induce weak contact. I like that.
All the pitching's been so good. My God.
Who's your pride?
I mean, you have to keep it within the pitchers. I mean, none of the Yankees hitters really put up a stat line, although Matt Carpenter did lead the team in runs scored this series. I guess you could look at Gleyber, and he does the 2 homers thing. Trust yourself, Jake. No, it's Nestor. It's Nestor. It could dance some other ways. I mean, he had a chance for the complete game shutout, gets it pulled out. I don't have to run through my stream of consciousness and thought process on it because you guys all know it at this point. Nestor's story is incredible. He's casually become one of the best pitchers in baseball. That he casually drops first game of the series, the Rays. The Rays talking a little bit of trash, and Nestor goes in and just drops it on him.
They talk trash after the game, right?
No, I think Walls' quote was before the series.
I thought it was after game 1. He said, they're beatable. Whatever, dude. Walls, I don't care.
Okay.
That's how I felt. Like, dude, shut up. We did the whole horses. We did the beef. Like, you're late. It's over. No one cares anymore. Nice play, though.
That
And
was
cool
a nice
look.
play. And a homer.
Yeah. No, he's good.
He's a pest. He's the definition of.
And he's got a cool look to him.
You like that look?
It's all right. It's better than Jeff McNeil.
Okay.
If I was to compare those two looks.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll finish the ep and we'll go through.
They both wear the headbands. That's why it came to my head.
Right. But we'll rank every team's 26-man roster.
Nice. I think he said it after game 1, according to Lamakin Alex in the chat.
Thanks for watching, Alex.
Lamakin. Get a pride, Jake. That's who I thought the pride was going to
It
be.
made sense, dog. It made sense. Broski.
It did. You want to go to MFer?
Ooh, yeah, I guess
Yankee
so.
motherfucker.
Oh, we're on TV.
What?
I had Yes Network on, and our show is on.
What the heck?
It's kind of weird that I'm watching us and then like we're there on the TV screen. You know how I yawn no matter if I'm tired or not tired? I'm just a yawner.
Sure.
Well, I was at the bar for my sister's wedding shower and then the show came on. And I'm like, shit, I got to stop yawning so much.
Okay.
I think I might need smelling salts right before if that stops yawns.
You don't fight your yawns at all. Because I get yawns, but I do my little, I kind of purse my lips together and try to fight through it.
Do you swallow them?
Kind of.
Keep it within.
Yeah, I'm like, I just yawn. Like that's been since we've been doing these podcasts. People have been always saying
Right.
like, how many yawns from Jimmy? I was like, I just yawn a lot, even if I'm awake.
You're not a big poker face guy. You're going to show people what you're working with. Maybe we'll get you like a little mask or one of those like.
Well, sometimes it is a poker face because I'm not tired, but I just yawn.
Okay. Maybe we'll get you a mask or something that like one of those face stick things. And every time you feel a yawn coming, you just put it up and cover your face real quick.
Could be it. My mom says it's a habit I just do.
Problem solving.
Yeah. The next award we give out here on Talkin' Yanks is
You Yankee motherfucker.
there's too many layups.
Okay. Okay. Let's get creative.
Yeah, there's too many layups and there's too many repeat conversations and I'm sick of it. I'm giving my MFer to Rizzo
Okay.
because he should the other people, the solution is we replace you.
Right.
Rizzo, you're it, man. Like Carpenter's not coming for your job at first. And it's been 26 games now or 27 of really bad offensive production.
Yeah.
Like really bad. And in game 1, he had the RBI. That was nice. But yeah, when we get injuries and it's you and Judge at the top, I need you to perform.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, he gets it because he has the burden of like responsibility actually, where some of these other guys, I've completely given up on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know his numbers on the series. I don't think they were great. In his last 25 games, he's got a 171 batting average, a 279 on base. You'd like to see the on base not slump that much when the slumps are happening for him, the guy who controls the zone. A 318 slugging. That's a month. It's a month of baseball that's been pretty poor. So that needs to stop as we have Stanton on the IL for 6 more days and Donaldson for 8 more days or whatever it is. Like, snap out of it. Let's get back on the right path here. So Rizzo is my MFer because I think if he's Rizzo in any sense, they win more games here.
And I think it probably deserves to be said, and don't let me put too many words in your mouth. I mean, you're not worried about Rizzo. It's just it needs to be
No, just
talked
come on.
about. Yeah.
Just hurry up.
Yeah, and that's because, some of those big topic things that we've talked about ad nauseum, the Hicks or Gallo or whatever it is, we just signed Rizzo. He's a part of the formula kind of no matter what happens. Like first base won't be addressed. Like Anthony Rizzo will be there. So yeah, I mean, I'm currently going to chalk it as he got out of the gates electric. He's had a little coming back. I expect him to go again. Not too worried, but you're right. It's been a little bit now, and we kind of have been avoiding it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's mine.
Okay.
You got a lot of options here.
The board is open, huh? Okay. What matters here? Marinaccio's gotten an MFer before. It would be his second. Which then would just be, we're basically, good job, Jim. Good save. See, now you went too far. You went too far trying to save it. Trying to
know what you're
suck
talking
in
about.
that yawn. No, because he'd be set up for an award. Honestly, man, I think I'm just gonna have to band-aid it, and I'll go Gallo, but don't really need to talk about it.
All right. Don't need to talk about that much because I can, my first regular award.
Regular awards.
Do we have an is someone sponsoring regular awards?
Yeah, but let's hear the name of the award, and that'll be the tease, dog.
Oh,
I
texted BBDs today. This is an award that's been given out before, and it will be given out again. I believe it's been given out before. Horse blinders.
Horse blinders. Okay, if you want to hear the horse blinders awards, you need to listen to this message from a guy that has owned a horse before. It's Greg Morris Cards. Greg Morris Cards, the most trusted sports card seller on the planet. Sells over 80K sports cards every month, people. 2,000 a day. Over 1 million cards in 2021. GMC, as you guys know him, Greg Morris Cards. Known for vintage cards, but they also got the dudes from today. Judgy, Trout, Shohei, Hapa, even the kids, Bobby Witt Jr., Yordan Alvarez. Free combined shipping when you order 2 or more cards. Go to gregmorriscards.com. See their inventory. Check them out on all socials, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And this month only, when you check out, send them a message through eBay saying you heard about GMC through John Boy, and you'll get $5 off your order of 50 or more. Greg Morris, he's the dude in the cards world. You know that. Go check him out. He's owned a horse.
Yeah, or at least a card of a horse.
Part of a horse. He owned part of a racing horse.
Yes. He did.
Second time this season you're giving out the horse blind.
Oh.
Yeah. Who'd I give it to first time?
Aaron Hicks against the Tigers.
Aaron Hicks. Now, do you remember what the Horse Blinders Award is, Jake?
Oh, no.
Okay. I believe they're actually called blinkers, but that is a bad name, and I don't want to use that name.
Right.
The Horse Blinders Award is the blinders they put on the sides of the horses.
Right.
So they're just laser focused ahead.
Right.
Don't look back
Can't look back.
as you put things in your rear view.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I am feeling a little bit like Jake Storielli these days.
Okay.
I like this guy, Andujar.
Okay.
Andujar steals the third base job from Brandon Drury.
Now we're talking.
Right?
Yep.
Then a guy they got for cheaper steals the third base job from him.
Yep.
Gio Urshela. And now it's time for Andujar to steal a job from someone who has getting more money than him. And Joey Gallo, your ass is grass because Andujar's my left fielder. Eat shit. He's my guy. He looks fine out there. He looks fine in left field.
Sorry.
Bat to ball skills. He wants it. He's hungry. He likes the bright lights. You're out.
James.
Take it and run with it, Andujar. Put them horse blinders on, full speed ahead. You're left field.
Jim, a great award.
Thank you.
Throughout the years, I question my emotion. I question a lot of things about myself. I wouldn't say come at you a couple times, but a couple times this year, I was looking for just a little piece of bread for you. I was just a little pauper boy, as you know I tend to do in my acting roles.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Jimmy, give me a little, if Papa Doo has a couple hits this year, like you'll drink the Kool-Aid with me, and you kind of shut me off cold. You're kind of
because I needed to see defense.
Sure. Because he was one of the worst defensive players we've seen on a baseball field. And I get that.
Yeah.
Day in, day out of that 2018 season, he was the Yankees MVP. And man, motivation is a thing, and people can get motivated different ways. If I was a 23-year-old Miguel Andujar who just had one of the best rookie seasons in Yankees history, guess what? My brain's going to pretty badass places. Remember all the extra base hit records he was beating and all that stuff? Joe D, is that the one he was?
I think he beat DiMaggio's rookie doubles record was the big one.
And people are still talking about it. 2018, quick math, was 5 years ago? Is that wrong? 4? 4 years ago. Okay, it's not a math company. Hey, 2019, Andujar gets hurt, and he probably says, okay, well, I get hurt, I'll come back. 2020, COVID hits, the team has changed, he hasn't gotten a lot of action. Okay, 2021, he gets 45 games last year, he never got full run. He actually, at one point, towards the end, he started putting it together, but guys were coming off the IL that had priority to him. Man, Miguel Andujar is getting his shot. And I think Miguel Andujar can hit. And I hope you're right, Jim. I hope he grabs some horse blinders and heads out to the field and just looks straight ahead.
Well, Jake, he started one game in left field Tuesday against the Baltimore Orioles.
Right.
After that, he started in left field and batted fifth. After that, started in left field, batted fourth. Next game, started in left field, batted fourth. Next game, started in left field, batted fifth. Next game, started in left field, batted fifth.
Now, I will say this, Jim. We do know the Yankees have tried to trade Miguel Andujar any way they could over the past 4 years.
Yes, we do.
Depending how his trial goes and how other needs may need to be addressed on this Yankees team, that could become part of the proposition. But for now, dude, catch fly balls and hit.
And there's this weird thing where we have people in the office who think I say hot takes, like I'm Mad Dog Russo around the office. Right. And I said, well, Andujar's only slightly worse than Gallo in left field. Or I said, Andujar's basically Gallo in left field. And everyone was like, and what I do, I made a group chat and I put together a montage of all of Gallo in left field and all of Andujar in left field. And guess what? Andujar's been better.
Yeah.
There's a contingent of Yankee fans that have realized how bad Gallo is. And then there's a contingent that is just still waiting. Just wait till wait till Andujar or till Gallo gets going. It's what are you talking about? We've seen a whole season now.
Yeah.
He's awful.
We haven't seen a full season. I'll say this. I mean, as just a massive fan of the sport of baseball, I mean, I just need to, is it just New York City or what? Because, it's never been close to anything like this.
I think offensively it's New York City, and I think defensively he does not like playing in left field because he made a nice play in right field. Sorry, we got two right fielders ahead of you.
Right. I guess that's the part of the story that I need to know, and I don't know yet, because it's mind-boggling how bad he's looked. So we'll see. I mean, I guess people said the same thing about Sonny Gray at home. I was kind of a Sonny Gray stan. 3.14 ERA on the road that year. Still remember that. Too many Twitter arguments at the time.
Dude, can I tell you what I did? And like, I wish I had some place to put this.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Okay.
Well, I made that montage video,
Sure.
and it's half a joke because like Andujar has some very easy plays, but Gallo's made some bad plays in left field, man.
Yeah.
Like enough to put together a video about it. And then I threw in some Clint Frazier left field plays for a laugh because they're hilarious. Did you watch the video, BBD?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How funny are those?
it's good stuff. Relive a lot of
It
conversations.
looks like a comedian playing outfield. It's just wild. He just came off the IL for Chicago. Get after it. But Andujar looks smooth. He had two that he actually had to run for, and he looked better. It looked better than last year. That's what I'm comparing it to. Is
Right.
last year he looked very shaky in left field. It looks like Andujar actually went out there and like got himself a little more familiar.
the more he's played left field, the more comfortable he's looked out there.
Yeah.
And we've only seen him do it every couple months, so it's kind of big difference every time we see him.
That's where I was shocked to find out they were still giving him some run at third base in AAA. But, it was the throw for Andujar. And, in the outfield, you can get away with that. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it would be, again, I think coming into the season, it had one of the chances to be one of the bigger bright spots if Miguel Andujar found a way to be his 2018 self again. He's not there, obviously, but he's given himself a path, which he hasn't the past 4 years.
It's his now. Horse blinders.
Horse blinders.
Your first award?
James. Let's see. My first award, I have it. It's how do I want to phrase it? It's the okay. It's the reverse Andujar award.
It's going to Gallo.
No.
Hicks.
No.
Gleyber.
You only get one guess. It's going to Gleyber Torres.
Got it. Third guess.
James, Gleyber Torres. Let's go back to 2018. Gleyber Torres puts up a nice little rookie season. 24 homers, 271, and 820 OPS. He is the future of the Yankees. Welcome to joining the broadcast. He's the future shortstop for the New York Yankees, so we've heard. He goes out the next year, 38 homers, put some juice in my balls, babe. 2020, sure, it's a weird year. He kind of stinks, but it's a 60-game season. He only plays 42 games. The numbers are meh, and then he has a nice playoffs. We say, okay, baby Gleyber, we'll let that go. Last year, the shortstop stuff was messy, an ugly shortstop position. The hitting wasn't there for most of the year. He bounced back and saves it towards the end when he's playing second base. We had a lot of conversations about Gleyber Torres on this very program, Jim. People were ready to cut and run on him, and he is fighting back in a big way. And, man, kind of the young stuff I was saying about Andujar and not getting every opportunity and what that does to motivate you and drive you. Gleyber Torres kind of got every opportunity. And it seemed like it was falling apart that, Gleyber Torres was going to have 1 year kind of at second base-ish to figure it out. And he's really started to go. He adds another 3 hits today with the home run. The one thing you'd bat an eye at, the on-base percentage still isn't there, but the OPS is at 749, which for this year is really strong around Major League Baseball. He's been on a heater lately. He got off to a bad start, man. We were talking about him and Gallo. One of them has to be on the bench. Gleyber Torres is a extremely important part of this team right now. And he looks like the old Gleyber Torres that could take a ball the other way if he needs to. He turned on that one homer. We didn't really know what kind of power Gleyber Torres had because his big homer seasons were juice ball seasons. I didn't know he still had 438 in the tank. It was good to see that. So Gleyber, he's really turned it around this season. He got off to a bad start. We were saying him or Gallo has to sit every day. Now Gleyber's a must in the lineup.
What are his numbers like since he started hitting?
You don't want a butter knife, do you?
I do. A lot of games where he just had a single there. But I would more so. They're still not great. But his hits come at big times.
And
against good teams.
Power swings too. Like he's making them count. He's up to 9 homers now.
Yeah, that's how many he had last year, right?
Yeah.
Or in his last 400, whatever it was.
Last year.
Before I move on, I just want to look at his splits real quick. I have them up.
Sure.
And if they are good, I'll share them. If not, I won't.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't tell a story.
Just spilled on myself. The water, if people are wondering.
Yeah, none of his numbers really stand out in any way, but it feels good because he's getting hits in nice spots, and the defense has shown flashes of being really nice at second base. So, what was the name of the award?
The reverse Andujar? Was it the reverse Andujar?
In the sense that Andujar doesn't get a lot of chances and Gleyber gets a ton of chances.
Gleyber kind of had every opportunity the past couple years. Andujar did not.
Did not. All right. Shit. What's my award?
Well, shit.
What's my
I've got
next
one if you're scared to go.
You're going to give up? Last award of the app?
I'm not, but.
Yeah, if you have one, I don't want to take it from you with a. So you give yours if you have one prepped.
Jim, I'm giving out the Prediction Company Award.
Oh, does it go to us?
Kind of.
I love that.
I think you got this one.
So it goes to us.
Kind of. It's going to a player.
Oh, okay. It's going to a player.
Yeah.
DJ.
It's close, and when I say it's close, it's someone he's never interacted with before.
Ron Marinaccio.
Little further and closer. I'm not giving great hints. Jim, it goes to Wandy Peralta.
Oh, okay.
We got a couple tweets. If you'll remember, Wandy comes into the Nestor game. Doesn't cover first, Wandy. My guy. I love you.
Dude, why the fuck would he? It's 7-0.
Right. You know, what am I going to pull a hammy going over there? But apparently, and you know I've got the memory of a dead rat. We talked about in Wandy Peralta's PPP that it's high leverage or he doesn't care.
Yep.
I think we had some stats behind it too.
Yeah, a lot.
And so Wandy Peralta comes into a game that doesn't matter anymore. It's 7-0. And he doesn't cover first. He gives up a couple. He gives, 2 runs coming and score that inning. And Wandy's like, yeah, I don't care. So when PPPs come out and we put in the time and the effort and you guys listen to them, know that you're doing it for a reason. It's for knowing that Wandy Peralta, if you put him in a bad game, he's going to get rocked. He's a position player.
I would hope that the Josh Donaldson and Fenway stuff comes true too, but we'll have to wait and see.
It's coming.
I'd like that to come.
We still
true.
haven't been, right?
No, we still haven't been.
And do we have updates on him? Is he coming back?
He just got
a service suspension once he's back, I guess.
So he's serving it.
He just got moved for like an injury.
Gotcha.
To the real, like the traditional IL.
Okay. What's your final award again, Jim?
Dude, I have an award, but it's like I have something I want to talk about.
Okay.
That's a sentence. It's
Something you want to talk about that's a sentence.
not worth an award.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Okay.
We talked about everyone. I'll give the Who But award.
Who but? How are you spelling
Who-
but?
BUT.
Okay, that changes it. Who but? Aaron Judge.
Nah,
Okay.
but he's good, and I like him. Stolen base,
Yeah.
homer, good series. Played center field 3 games in a row on turf because Hicks is so bad that they don't want to start him.
Sure.
They said Hicks was available. Just a bench player now. Judge is a starting center fielder.
Tweaked his hammy coming into the series, too. He got scratched the first game. He was in the lineup, and they took him out.
According to Kay, he was available game 2 and
Right.
3 to start. And he pinch hit in game 2 or 3, I forget.
Yeah, he came in for game 3. He pinch hit.
Sure. It's not, he doesn't get the Who But award, but that's a better conversation. Matt Carpenter, nice mustache, dude. You look like WB Mason
Yeah.
and Daniel Day-Lewis and everyone else. And cool. It's too much. Hicks and Gallo have been negatives according to like every defensive chat or stat
Yeah.
and the eye test, obviously. So you see Andujar in left. Moving forward, like you see Judge in center. Against the Angels, really good team. We're facing 3 of their good pitchers, like Detmers, no hitter on the season, getting Ohtani and Syndergaard on the bookends. You think it's Andujar, Judge, Gallo, left to right?
I mean, I think they're going to mix it up every game, so I don't really know.
So you think Hicks will get a start?
Yes. Like Hicks, I mean, the first 2 days were pretty standard Yankees. He got scratched before the game, which means even if you're okay, you're not going to play the next day. And then he gets the pinch hit on the 3rd day. So not insane to think at all. He starts today, and he actually he had 2 rips that right at the third baseman, and then Walls.
That one
makes the
wasn't a
great
rip.
play. The liner to third. He caught
88
that.
miles per hour. If you see like the wide angle, it's just kind of right to him.
Exactly. I mean, if that's anywhere outside of your catch radius, I think that's a hit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not a barrel or a hard hit. Like it doesn't go in the stats as like anything good contact.
It's a pretty nice swing from him.
Yeah, I don't think Hicks can play. I don't think he can start. So if he starts against the Angels, I'll be pretty upset.
So you're Gallo over Hicks.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you have to play one of them right now.
Right.
And if you play Hicks, he's in center field, and then you have he's literally ranked as the worst center fielder in baseball that has like the qualified games out there right now. And the eye test agrees. Like he's not
Yeah.
giving you anything. I don't think you can play both. I definitely don't think you can play both. So yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. Like I don't think you can go Gallo, Hicks, Judge.
Yeah. I guess Andujar DH is there. Lefty, righty, him and Carpenter.
Rather DH Gallo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do.
Me too.
Give Andujar a run. That's what I'd say. Just keep him going.
You know, I agree.
Trade for D-Rob. That was my other thing.
Okay.
Cubs are out. He's familiar. I think he's having a good season.
I've been
So
having
just go grab D-Rob real quick.
having some good laughs to myself. Some people in these walls want to speak a certain player from the Cubs coming to the Yankees into existence. So it'd be funny if D-Rob's thrown in as another part of another Chicago trade to the Yankees. That's been giving me some chuckles.
People want Clint back?
That's probably it. I hear a lot of names.
A lot of names. D-Rob having a really nice season. 16.1 innings, 22 strikeouts, a 1.65 ERA.
Yeah. So go get. You need bullpen help. Go get him.
Done.
There's some others around the league, but there's not that many teams that have pieces. I think the Pirates have a guy, Bednar, your old friend.
Hey.
I don't know if he's having a good season, though. But he's a free agent. So.
Carpenter, why don't you find the porch soon? Make us love you. Interested in that. DJ come back and be good. That would be cool.
Oh, my God. Bednar's having an amazing season.
It's kind of good. It's kind of good. What else do I have? Oh, Higgy. I mean, Jim, I could have tied this into the listen to PPP awards too, although I don't know if we knew in time for the PPPs. Spring training homers. He's still got a 0.
Yeah, I told you I was worried about
It's
that.
too far.
He went too far in spring.
Seen it once, you've seen it a million times.
It's all right. It's okay.
It's okay, Higgy.
Hey. Bednar, where are you?
Okay.
Oh. Spotrac or whatever listed him as a free agent because they list arbitration as free agency, which is just shut up.
Yeah.
Do things better, website.
Yeah, I don't know if the Pirates want to move him.
No, they got him for 5 more years.
Yeah.
But the website I was looking at said he's a free agent next year. So it's just D-Rob. Just go get him. Stopgap.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I got. I mean, I think they could only run the test with Hicks and Gallo so many more times.
You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, you know?
Yeah, that's why
Well,
I thought it was sitting Hicks and moving Gallo to 9-hole. They're signs.
they're signs.
They're signs. Anything else? Angels coming up. Big series.
Huge series.
Wader homered.
Sure did. Wow, the return of Tyler Wade. Okay.
And Squid.
And Squid.
I think that's all.
Shohei, he was briefly a Yankee.
Yes. Trout, he's been briefly a Yankee for some
He's been
fans.
a Yankee. He's been a Yankee.
They probably got someone else, too.
Let's see. Quick search.
Might have been some people who thought Rendon was a Yankee.
Could see
Not
that.
as much as those other guys.
Syndergaard, for sure, was
Oh,
a Yankee
yeah.
for a little bit.
I think they actually did try to trade for him.
Bryce Iglesias, he's been a Yankee. Archie
I've never
Bradley-
had him on as a Yankee.
Archie Bradley, we
Bradley's
put
been
him
a
on the
Yankee.
Yankees at one point.
Briefly.
Briefly, that trade deadline. So, I mean, it's a big homecoming for a lot of guys.
He was traded and nobody knew the destination.
Yeah.
Austin Warren sounds like a Yankee.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Excited for you. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody enjoy your Memorial Day and go tell people that you love them. Why would you sit on that information? Jesus. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.